Wisconsin Broadcasters Association Hall of Famer Bob Berry ruled Milwaukee's airwaves in the 60s and 70s. He spoke with countless musicians and celebrities over the years. Bob collected remarkable recordings of these encounters, which he's now sharing with the public. Here's Bob.
Most young people have no idea who Pat O'Brien is. He was a popular actor who appeared in over 100 films, playing mostly Irish-American characters. He played priests, cops, and members of the military. He had starring roles in Knute Rockne, All-American, with Ronald Reagan playing the part of George Gipp. In the film, Rockne used a slogan that was used in Reagan's campaign for president in 1980.
I'm going to tell you something I've kept to myself for years. None of you ever knew George Gipp, but you all know what a tradition he is at Notre Dame. And the last thing he said to me, Rocky said, sometime when the team is up against it and the breaks are beating the boys, tell them to go out there with all they got and win just one for the Gipper.
Pat appeared in Some Like It Hot with Marilyn Monroe.
Services are over. Let's go.
Go where?
A little country club. We run for retired bootleggers. I'm putting your name up for membership. We know you own the joint. Mozzarella's just fronting for you.
Never heard of him.
We got different information.
From who? Toothpick Charlie, maybe?
Toothpick Charlie? Never heard of him.
And his last role came in a 1982 episode of Happy Days. O'Brien was born in Milwaukee and served as an altar boy at Gesu Church. He grew up on 13th and Kilbourn and attended Marquette Academy with fellow actor Spencer Tracy. Pat also attended Marquette University, where he decided to take up acting.
Hello, Pat.
Yeah.
Bob Berry.
Hi.
Good. How are you?
Torrential storm here, but I'm out in the patio, but I can hear you all right.
Is that right? You got a big storm there, huh?
Yeah, it started last night and it's still going, but it's good for everything, the farmers, the flowers, and everything.
Well, Patrick O'Brien, everybody's favorite Irish uncle, is on the air with us. He's celebrating his, is it 78th birthday? Is that right, Pat?
Not until November.
And working on your 90th motion picture. That's fantastic. You know, I just ran across a picture of you here in a movie book with James Cagney.
Yeah?
And it was Angels with Dirty Faces. You played the Brooklyn priest. You were walking to the death cell with a condemned murderer who was...
No, I wasn't the hoodlum priest. I was...
No. I say, but you were walking the condemned murderer...
Yeah, that's right.
...to the cell, and of course that was
Wow.
the murderer. Do you remember any of the lines that you told him when you were walking him to the cell?
I said it all before in the cell, just, pleaded with him to go to the cherry yellow so that, the example for the kids would be something to deter their criminal instincts. But I didn't say anything to him.
You know, you only played you played the part of a priest in 4 films, correct?
Let me see, there's Father Duffy in the Fighting 69, and then one in the Fireball with Mickey Rooney, and Fighting Father Dunn, and 4 of them.
But you, some reason or other, you have that priest image. Do people ever come up to you and say, "Hi, Father"?
Or hi, Coach.
Oh, Coach, that's right. Right. Did that ever bother you, getting the priest image in movies?
Oh, no, it never lasted that long. After when you play 100 pictures, if you play 4 priests out of 100, that's not bad.
Right. That's for sure. Your 90th film now, and this one is with Myrna Loy.
Wonderful picture in this issue of Look.
Didn't Burt Reynolds talk you into appearing in this movie?
He didn't have to talk me into it, he just asked me.
You really wanted to make another movie, huh?
Well, I'd made this one before that. It's not released yet. Billy Jack Goes to Washington.
That's right.
I play the Vice President of the United States.
I take it you don't want to retire.
No, I tried it a couple of years ago. It didn't work. It lasted about 3 weeks.
The last time I saw you in Milwaukee was at the center stage. You were appearing there with Eloise, with your wife. You were nice enough to talk to us then, and I've always remembered that. I know you brought your wife out of retirement. How many years ago was that, Pat?
21 years ago. Yeah, she goes out with me every year. This year we've played New Orleans and Virginia, Scottsdale, Arizona, and then we open in Dallas on the 27th of September.
You know, your memory is faultless. Your mind is razor sharp. How do you keep in shape like that? Do you take vitamins or health foods? Or?
Just lucky, I guess.
Boy, I guess. Do you smoke or drink?
I never smoked a cigarette in my life. One cigar after dinner, and I don't drink any hard liquor. Drink wine or beer. I had a pacemaker put in a year ago.
No Irish whiskey, huh?
No, I said I never drink hard liquor.
The reason I mention that is because I know Burt Reynolds brought in a bottle of Irish whiskey.
Gave me a bottle of Bushmills, yeah. Where was it, see that?
It was on one of the wires.
Yeah, because I know it wasn't in the magazine.
Yeah, this is one of the wire services.
Yeah, the Look magazine is particularly good because it has a picture of Myrna and me 46 years ago and one last week.
How is Burt Reynolds as a director? He's in the film and he also directs it.
Brilliant. Absolutely genius, inventive, thoughtful, never raises his voice on the set. The greatest barometer is the crew, and they adore him.
The film we're talking about is called The End, and how soon do they expect it to be out in the theaters?
Well, it's hard to say, you get weather like this and you shoot location, you lose all that time.
Yeah.
But it's a wonderful cast. It's Sally Field and Joan Woodward and that little Chris that's in the Family series. Did you ever see that?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Tom DeLuise and David Steinberg and Norman Fell. Oh, terrific cast.
Now, you've appeared with this one in 90 films. You've been in television. You had a series on television. You
That's my own series, and I had my own series on radio years ago. And I do all the nightclubs. I played Milwaukee years ago. Played there for years.
Yes, right. And, of course, the theater I was going to mention. What do you prefer to work in?
Theater. No contest. The stage.
Why, because of the audience reaction?
Live audience, and it's more of a thrill playing to a live audience. You lose a laugh one night, you try to get it back the next night, and your pictures you never shoot in sequence, Theater you always do, and it's a straight 3 hours, away you go, and you got that audience to play to, and it's very exciting.
Before you go, Pat, can you tell us one of your favorite Irish stories?
Two fellas played on Broadway once said, well, he said, Tim, how are you? I haven't seen you in 40 years. Well, he said, that's right. It's good to see you. He said, are you married? Oh, he says, indeed I am. He said, my wife is an angel. And he said, you're lucky. Mine's still alive.
Okay, Pat, good luck with the movie. We're looking forward to seeing it, and never retire. Just keep right on going, will you?
Okay, my boy. Give my love to all my Milwaukeeans.
I will do. Thank you.
Come on, boys, let me down. I feel like a fool up here. Better take it while you can, Rock. You'll never hear this again.
Bob Berry, WOKY 9092.
Thank you for listening to Bob Berry's Unearthed Interviews. Be sure to subscribe and rate our podcast on iTunes or wherever you find your podcasts. You can find all the episodes at WisconsinBroadcastingMuseum.org. Check out Bob Berry's book, Rock and Roll Radio Milwaukee. Book sale proceeds support Angels Kids Fund and Donate Life Wisconsin. The preceding program was made possible by a generous contribution from Terry Bond.